Shalom Aleichem, meine liebe Freund. Ich heiße Mottel Dittner und das ist 15 Minute Yiddish. Mehr weniger. Jede Woche bringen wir euch eine Mini-Lektie in Jiddisch Sprach und Kultur von dem Nationalen Jiddisch-Theater Volksbühne. Welcome back to 15 Minute Yiddish. If you missed any of our past episodes, daigen nicht, you can watch them all online at nytf.org. Today we're going to talk about verschiedene Sachen, various things. Die Sach is a thing, die Sachen in the plural. Verschieden means various. Notice that when we use it as an adjective to describe a noun, we insert an E or an ayin before the N or the Nun. Verschiedene Sachen. We're going to finish up a few topics which we've already begun. Let's get started with, right on cue, verb time. Today's verb is anheben, and this is a particularly appropriate way to begin our episode because it means to begin. This is a verb with a separable prefix. Let's take a look. Ich heb an. Du hebst an. Sie, es hebt an. Wir heben an. Ihr hebt an. Sie heben an. Alle zusammen. Ich heb an. Du hebst an. Sie, es hebt an. Wir heben an. Ihr hebt an. Sie heben an. Sehr, sehr gut. Lomir heben an mit Wörter zu beschreiben Menschen. We've already learned the names of many of our body parts, but here are a few more that will help us to describe penemer, faces. Die lip is easy to remember, plural, die Lippen. A cheek is die Back, plural, die Backen. Doesn't backen mean to bake? Yes, this is a homophone. Die Gombe is a chin, plural, die Gombes. And a forehead is der Stern, plural, die Sterns. I thought Stern meant a star. Yes, this is a homophone as well. Die Brem is an eyebrow, plural, die Bremen. Das Augenledel is an eyelid, plural, die Augenledlech. Die Wie is an eyelash, plural, die Vies. Die Vonses is a mustache. Notice this is plural. I assume that the singular vonse refers to one side of a mustache, but unless you see somebody walking around with half a mustache, just stick to the plural die Vonses. Die Bord is a beard, plural, die Baird. How about glasses? Hinde, you must be a mind reader, because that's next on the list. Die Brillen are glasses. Notice this is used only in the plural. Die Schminke is cosmetics or makeup. Notice this is used only in the singular, as is das Lippenredel, which is lipstick, and das Backenredel, which is rouge. Das Zierung is a general term for jewelry. Das Ringel is a ring, die Ringlech in the plural. Der Ohrringel is an earring, plural, die Ohrringlech. Der Halsschnur is a necklace, plural, die Halsschnurren. Doesn't Schnur mean daughter-in-law? Yet another homophone. In this case, Schnur means a string. Der Bracelet, another one that's easy to remember, plural, die Braceletten. And I think that's enough new words for now. Let's try this out. Nu, Chaverim, seid ihr so gut und beschreibt der Mann. Oh, it's Albert Einstein. Yes, it is. Seid ihr so gut und beschreibt Albert Einstein. Hat weiße Haar. Hat lange Haar. Hat Wanzes. Trägt a Sweater. Hat Brillen. Remember, you can also describe using the negative. Hat nicht kein Ohrringlach. Hat nicht kein Bord. Sehr gut. Jetzt seid ihr so gut und beschreibt die Frau. Maya Angelou. Sie ist schön. Sehr gut, Sophia. Sie trägt a rote Hemd und a rote Röckel. Sie trägt Zierung. Gut, was für eine Zierung? Sie hat Ohrringlach. Sie hat a Ringel. Sie trägt a Halsschnur. Sie hat braune Augen. Sie hat schwarze Haar. Sie hat kurze Haar. Sie hat Lippenrädel. Sehr, sehr gut. Let's move on to our next topic. We've already discussed how articles change when a noun is the object of a preposition. Der Park. Ich spazier in dem Park. We've also discussed adjective endings when describing a noun that is the subject of the sentence. But what happens when an adjective is used to describe a noun that is the object of a preposition? They still have adjective endings, but they're different. Let's take a look. Adjectives describing feminine nouns that are the object of a preposition change from an E or an Ein to an ER or Ein Resh. Die kleine Stube. Wir gehen in der kleiner Stube. If a noun is masculine, the adjective ending generally changes from ER or Ein Resh to N or Nun. Lemashal, der größer Park. Ich gehe zu dem größten Park. The reason why I say generally is because if an adjective ends in a vowel, then the ending becomes en or ein nun. Der blauer Jam. Ich guck auf dem blauen Jam. And adjectives that already end in an n or a nun, like green, get an em or an ein mem ending. Der grüner Wald. Ich spazier in dem grünen Wald. If the noun is neutral, the adjective ending changes from an e or an ein to an n or a nun, with the same exceptions as the masculine. Das gute Buch. Sie hat mir erzählt wegen dem guten Buch. Das bräune Tischele. Das Teppele liegt auf dem bräunem Tischele. The good news is that plural endings stay the same. Die lange Lockchen. Hat ihr gehört, was Wayne hat getan mit die lange Lockchen? I gave them back to Mrs. Nussbaum. Names also get special treatment if a person is the object of a preposition. We add an n or a nun. Zu, Hinden, wegen, Skaten. And if the name already ends in a vocalized consonant, such as an L or an M or an N, we add an en or ein nun. Mit Motlen, zu weinen. Now, with some names, especially non-Yiddish names, that end with sounds which Yiddish names don't usually end with, such as a long E, like Murray, you'll have a little vowel shift. zu Murin. And if we're using a first and a last name, or a title and a full name, it's only the very last part that gets the ending. Wegen Professor Thomas Shlomo Thompsonen. Let's try this out. I'm going to leave our table of adjective endings right here, and I'm going to give you a subject, a verb, a preposition, an adjective to describe the object of the preposition, another preposition, and the name of a person. You put all of that mishmash together into a cohesive sentence. Sophia. Schendl läuft in dem größten Park mit Mäuschen. Sehr gut. Murray. Jankel wohnt auf dem kleinen Gessel Leben Rifkin. Gut. Wayne. Chave guckt auf dem guten Film wegen President Abraham Lincoln. Close. Remember, it's just the very last part of the name that gets the ending. President Abraham Lincoln ausgezeichnet. Professor. Wir fuhren mit der Langerbahn mit Josefen. Gut. Hinde. Die Kinder essen mit die kleine Goblin mit... help me out here. A bit of a curveball. Family members who are referred to by their relationship and not by a proper name, die Mame, der Tate, die Schwester, der Seide, und so weiter, get both the definite article shift and the name ending. So, die Mame, when the object of a preposition, becomes der Mamen. It would have been nice to have known that before. Sei mir Meuchel. Ich bin dir Meuchel. Die Kinder essen mit die kleine Goblin mit der Mamen. Yasha Koyach. And Scott. Ich spazier bei dem breiten Teich mit dem Seiden. Ausgezeichnet. This is some of the hardest stuff to learn. It will take lots of practice to make this a habit. Not only do you have to memorize all of the different conditions which change these articles and adjective endings, but you also have to memorize the gender of every noun that you learn. And it's okay to make mistakes. Good, because I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. There's one last topic for today. I'm sure you've noticed that lately a lot of our verbs have been the kind with a separable prefix, and often the prefix is directional and complements the stem of the verb. For example, gehen, to go by foot. Arribergehen, to go over or to cross. Araufgehen, to go up. Aropgehen, to go down. Mitgehen, to go with. Now you would think that the directional prefix would take the place of a directional preposition, but it doesn't. I will go with you. Ich will mitgehen mit dir. And when we conjugate the verb, sometimes our directionals can end up back to back. Ich gehe arriber über dem Teich. Is that why it's hören sich zu Musik? Yasher koyach for putting that together. That is precisely the reason. Ich habe gute Moich. You sure do. And now a word of warning. Don't make any assumptions about these combinations of directional prefixes with stem verbs, because sometimes their meaning is counterintuitive to an English speaker. It's always best to look it up in a dictionary first. Now, there's lots of good Yiddish-English, English-Yiddish dictionaries out there, both online and in print, and some of them even work with transliteration. I'm not going to endorse any particular dictionary, but a Google search will show you your options. Now let's take a look at how different the meaning can be from what you think it should be. The prefix ois means out, as in ausgleichen, to straighten out, ausreinigen, to clean out. So you would think that ausgehen means to go out, but it doesn't. It means to die. So how would one say, I'm going out to dinner? Ah, that's one of those aspects of Yiddish where you can't directly translate word for word with English. To go out as in to exit is rausgehen. To go outdoors is gehen in draußen. Draußen means outdoors. Now to say going to eat dinner, gehen essen večere, does not carry an implication that you're going to a restaurant. It just means that you're on your way to eat dinner. It could be von dem Wohnzimmer zu dem Esszimmer. So I would say, ich gehe essen in a Restaurant. I'm going to eat in a restaurant. And the implication here would be which meal based on the time of day. Now I know that this is an awful lot to take in, and we're just about out of time. Next week happens to be the midway point of Season 2, so we're going to have an Überchazer class. And I'm giving each of you an assignment to schaffen, create, a Genietung, an exercise, wegen etwas, was wir haben sich gelernt. Now after all of that, Murray, we could really use a joke. I'll make it a short one. This one's for you, Wayne. Zwei Kannibalen mischen die Suppe. Einer sagt zum Zweiten, Oi, hab ich feind die Schwieger. Der Zweite sagt, Nu, es bläst die Lokschen. Ha?